Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing the Southern Belle Restaurant in Heavener, and later in the show, we're going to be hitting the slopes in Oklahoma. What? I'm Brett.
And I am Harley. So took another road trip with the fam.
That's all you do. I mean, you know what I mean? You're not wasting time.
I'm not. It's getting to be that time of year where you can get out.
You did it.
Do some stuff. And
you did it. You did the thing.
I did. It's
hard. You know what, though? You can't, when you do a travel and tourism show, the travel tropes of not only doing travel and tourism, it's that time of year. If we're not doing something 366 days a year and twice overnight, it's always that time of year. I think it's okay that we say that. It's that time of year again.
I think it's a filler, and we probably ought to get some shot collars.
Put a jar that for every time it's called this time of year again jar, and every time one of us says it, we put $1 in.
Hell, we'd be
but who
rich.
who carries cash anymore? You're gonna have put a little debit square on there.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've historically been somebody who
you carry cash.
I grew up poor,
yeah.
So I like to have cash.
Mm-hmm. Like to
on
have it.
me.
Yep, always.
Here's the thing: my cash evaporates now. Like,
yeah.
My older kids didn't hit me up for cash all the time, but as soon as I have cash in my wallet,
it's gone.
Dude, I'm telling you, there are like 17 requests. Well, Dad, I have my softball lesson. Like, okay.
You know what's funny? There are a lot of places around that are going cashless.
Mm-hmm.
What's the over/under in the next decade? It's everything's going to be. They're going to do like they did in what is it? Is it China or Japan, where they basically you have a valuation, like a credit valuation, and if you spend too much money, they can just cut you off.
It's got to be China.
I think it's China. They do. That's where we're headed. I don't. Cash was king. Yeah. I think there's still going to be places where cash is going to be preferred, but
I've been predicting it for a while. My original timeline is off. I will admit that my original timeline on the American cryptocurrency, like the U.S. federal government cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
I thought it should have happened about 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, they're trying hard. There was a bill that they tried to pass over a weekend not long ago, which would make a U.S. Fed cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And ban all other cryptocurrencies.
Wow.
Dude, the moment the federal government can control how and when you spend money and
that's
track
scary.
Every nickel that you ever make
that's scary,
and where it ended up, that's not going to be a good day for the American citizens.
Well, and considering really, you look at the printing industry, newspapers are almost dead. Magazines are dead, except for some of your smaller, small-time newspapers and small magazines. And yeah, there's still some of the big ones out there too, but the need to print things has diminished greatly.
It has, but we are way off on a crazy tangent.
I know.
But I do know a place
where you can spend cash.
If you want to spend some cash, you can. I bet you they take Bitcoin.
Probably.
The Southern Belle Restaurant in Heavener, Oklahoma.
Lots to do there's a lots to do around Heavener, Oklahoma. And I've never heard of the Southern Belle.
So the Southern Belle is a train. It's a train car. The restaurant is housed in a refurbished 1905 rail car. This actual rail car was part of the Kansas City Southern Railway and previously transported World War II soldiers and had a regular run between Kansas City and New Orleans. The Southern Belle was discontinued in 1969, but it has since been restored to its present-day glory by local train buffs. Dude, I was super impressed with this place.
Yeah, you told me, they spared really no expense.
I don't know if they didn't, I wouldn't say they didn't spare any expense, but it's got all the original finishes, and they did a bang-up job.
Yeah, you saw. I've seen some pictures on the inside. You sent me a pic of the outside. I was like, is he a professional photographer? That's a damn good photograph. Good job.
I appreciate that. The train car, this is a small restaurant, tight quarters, but it holds about 50 diners. And dude, I was super impressed overall, like 100%. And this is one of the very few places that I've been to in Oklahoma where I walked in the door and they asked me if I had a reservation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So they obviously do a lot of business. The place was packed the whole time I was there. So one of the things that that we've noticed as a tourism podcast,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a kitschy restaurant or kitschy location, it's typically pretty thin.
Right.
So you have your, we'll say in this case, your train restaurant, your train car restaurant. The food's typically going to be, it's okay.
Right.
Not this place. The Southern Belle, dude, the food is ridiculously good. So one of the things that they're really well known for, best chicken strips in the state.
Chicken strips. I've given chicken strips. I've given them the 1-2 punch a few times because I feel like sometimes that's the picky kid menu. It's the picky spouse menu.
I don't disagree. Most of the time, if you order chicken strips at a restaurant, you're getting those Cisco freeze-dried chicken strips. The Southern Belle chicken strip is a boneless chicken breast, marinated in their secret house dressing, then dipped and batter fried, and served with their secret dipping sauce.
Really? Ooh.
Dude, I didn't order that because chicken strips are for kids.
Right.
One of my kids ordered the chicken strips, and I ended up eating a chicken strip because I had to try it.
Right.
Oh my God. Like ridiculously good.
It's funny when you think of restaurants that are, and maybe I'm wrong, it seems like it might be kind of moderate to not upper crust, but high end.
I wouldn't even say it's high. I don't think they take themselves that seriously. They just do a really good job of making good quality food.
Yeah.
So their appetizer list is about what you would expect at a normal American restaurant. They've got loaded fries.
Yeah.
They've got breaded mushrooms, fried pickles, cheese sticks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everything we got was amazing. So Amber got the Belle Bacon Burger. It was a burger.
I know, but I've accused her of being taking the low road, taking the road, the safe route.
Amber often does, and
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, I got you.
I don't want her outside of her comfort zone. I want her having a good time because when she's having a good time, I get to go on more trips.
Right. Mama's happy, everybody's happy. Yeah.
She got the Belle Bacon Burger. I'm telling you, nothing fancy about this burger. No brioche bun, nothing like that. But all 100% made there, made fresh ingredients. The burger was spot on. I tore it apart. She gave me like a quarter of it, and I tore it apart, and every component was on point.
Wow. I say it's hard to mess up a burger, but I don't intentionally ever order a hamburger anywhere where it doesn't say burgers in the title of the restaurant.
And I get that.
I mean, that's just me. So to hear that, this is a pretty big deal. If you're piquing my interest on this cheeseburger.
So it was Connor's birthday. That's why we were out. So Connor got to choose what he wanted. He got a ribeye. They did a bang-up job. I mean, my personal opinion, kind of hard to screw up a ribeye.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't overcook it.
Yeah.
But they done to perfection. Everything came out hot. They do a good job of timing in this kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
All of the food came out at one time, and everything was hot.
Wow. Seriously? All at once?
All at once.
Man.
I got the chicken fried steak, and Amber has decided that she is actually a fan of chicken fried steak.
Cooked a certain way.
So far, she's had it twice. I've given it to her 2 times, and she likes it both times.
Yeah.
So she thinks that she is now a fan of chicken fried steak. Dude, it was amazing. I was one step away from licking the plate.
Tell me about the gravy.
The gravy was, Homemade.
Really?
Homemade, and it was good.
That is hard to get in a restaurant of any reasonable quality for some reason.
Yes, I agree 100%. But overall, great experience. The showstopper, though, is the desserts.
Oh, yeah?
They have a wide selection of desserts. Chocolate cream pie, coconut cream pie, but they do a lot of cheesecakes. Candied cheesecakes.
Candied. Wow.
Okay, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's basically the ingredients of a cheesecake, but they put Amber got a Butterfinger cheesecake. They take the ingredients of the cheesecake and they whip in the Butterfinger,
okay.
so it's 4 inches tall.
Yeah.
Dude, it was too much for me. I had a piece of plain cheesecake.
Yeah.
Perfection. So, great restaurant, great service. There were only 3 people working. It's a small restaurant.
Yeah, I'm looking at a train car and going, okay, in a dining car situation, they don't cook the food in the dining car. Where the hell do they cook when you only have one car? Where the hell is the kitchen?
The kitchen is actually a separate building.
Oh, okay.
Off the back side.
Yeah.
They have built the kitchen onto the train. So from the front, from the other side, the front of the restaurant, it's just the train car. But in the back, if you walk around, there's an extra building that is the kitchen.
Really?
But they do a great job. It's seamless, and it's right next to the train tracks.
Oh, you get that.
And so you hear the
ambiance.
trains going while you're on a train.
Right.
Dude, it
makes you think you're on the way to Hogwarts or something like that.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
But
sounds like fun.
Fun
in the sense that we're eating a great meal, and it's kind of, in a way, kind of kitschy.
It is, but like I said, most restaurants that have a kitschy appeal, that's the end of it.
Right. That's like we've talked about. It's, every American restaurant's got to have a picture of Elvis on the wall. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a 50s diner, and everything it's just drenched in cheap decoration.
If you go to a 50s diner that was created as a 50s diner, chances are the food is going to be subpar.
Unless you're talking about Sherry's, okay? I love Sherry's. I would never say anything about Sherry's, but I've been to some generic 50s,
Like I said, it's the rule and not the exception.
Right.
This is one of the exceptions. Hours closed on Monday. They're closed on Sunday, 11 to basically 8 or 9 all the rest of the week. So Tuesday through Saturday. I mean, lunch and dinner only, but they do a great job. Super impressed. And I would say if you're anywhere in the area and if you're looking for a place to eat dinner, I don't know that I have a better recommendation anywhere near Heavener, Oklahoma.
It sounds like it. Next stop, Heavener, Oklahoma, but not really next stop. Well, we're headed from the train tracks to the ski lifts coming up next.
I'm Raven Rollins, and this is my Southern True Crime podcast where I discuss cases from my former hometown. Ada, Oklahoma paints itself as an average community, but its history of murder and corruption runs deeper than any story has ever told. You'll hear plenty of special guests, including authors and experts in their fields, who visit with me on each episode, as well as other cases in the southern states. With notorious and unknown cases alike, every victim sees the light on my show. This is Sirens, a true crime podcast.
So today's news story is out of Men's Journal. Oklahoma made the list for the best mountains and resorts for beginner skiers and snowboarders.
I've never.
Oklahoma. This is a comprehensive list of the best mountains and resorts for beginner skiers and snowboarders. By Perry Ormont Bloomberg at the Men's Journal.
If you had told me that you weren't making this story up, I would have called you a damn liar. Even a beginner. Where are the bunny slopes?
Where's the snow? I agree with you 100%. The link is in the show notes, but Oklahoma City made number 11 on the list of the best places to learn for beginner and intermediate snow skiing. and it is at Riversport.
You know what? I talk a lot of junk about not being able to ski and not being, we can't do anything here. I have a buddy of mine. Well, he's a former manager of mine. Not necessarily, he doesn't ski, but you can go down there and do flow rida surfing. Like you can surf down there, you can ski, you name it, any type of water sport, any type of snow sport practically. Dude, it's Riversport OKC is a one-stop shop, and it is. That's what makes Oklahoma City great. That's how we keep hanging on to these top 10, top 20 lists, because we're finding ways to utilize the space and have things that are cool and interesting, and things that you may have thought were otherwise
unachievable in the state of Oklahoma.
20 years ago, if you'd have told me that we were going to have something like this here, I would have told you you're a damn liar again.
So let me read their description of Oklahoma City Riversport. It has alpine skiing and snowboarding at a new indoor slope. Ski OKC, located inside McClendon Whitewater Center, is a beginner-friendly incline, is made from an artificial ski surface called pole snow, designed with low-friction fibers misted with water to replicate actual powder.
That is great science, man. Science.
So you can go skiing. You can go snow skiing in Oklahoma City. Ski packages start at $30.
That's pretty cool, man. I know it's, for a lot of people, like, but this doesn't, Sunfire and whatever, Mountain Fire, whatever those ski resorts are. I'm not a skier.
Okay, I've been skiing a couple of times. I learned as an adult, which is not something that I recommend. I almost died.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
When I'm going and I can't figure out how to stop, and they're like, "Oh, you'll get the hang of it," and I can't stop, and I'm slowly edging towards the drop off to basically a 7,000-mile drop to jagged rocks.
Yeah.
And I can't make just turn your skis in and push. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm not slowing down.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I literally threw myself to the ground so that I wouldn't go off a cliff. That's not a way to learn skiing. I want to learn in this situation where if I fall down, I don't have far to go. I'm not going to fall to my death.
Yeah, I had just a tiny, teensy-weensy tiny interest in skiing. Just to snowboard. And when Sonny Bono got killed skiing, done.
Yeah.
And then when I heard surfing, that people can have these injuries that happen just like that when they get off a board that can paralyze you sometimes.
Really?
Just because of I can't remember. It was a documentary that I watched. It might have been Endless Summer 2 or something. Or I'm watching something where there's this condition where there have been people paddling out or paddling back or coming back in, that it does the way you're laying on the board. If you pop up a certain way, there have been people that have been paralyzed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know the science behind it, and I'm not 100% on to find the journal entry for that. But I have the bottom line is I have a healthy paranoia, which probably means I'm mainly scared of doing things that, like you said, could potentially, one false could be a broken leg or worse. This might be right at my habit, but I doubt it. I don't think I'll ever ski. But if you're into skiing,
or if you want to see if you're into skiing, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I'm including a link in the show notes just so you know that I'm not kidding when I say Oklahoma made the national list of best places to learn how to ski.
Yeah. But if you're interested in stuff like this that you didn't know about until right now, you're doing the right thing. You're headed in the right direction. The only thing we need you to do is tell everyone else where you heard about it. Right here. Only in OK Show. New shows every single week. Come hell or high water. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace. Shove it in your mouth and eat it. Remember that?
Yes. Go, go, go.
When you rush me, I blow the freaking intro. Okay? And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing the Southern Belle Restaurant in Heavener. And later in the show, we'll talk about hitting the slopes in Oklahoma. I'm Brett. How you like that? And after the break, we're going to slide into another topic that's very deep, right? And coming... Remember we used to buy groceries together? Those were the days.
When you were homeless.
We're homeless. I was homeless. God, I've been technically homeless for...
Yes.
Damn. Yes, you have. And not for me.
I'll delete that for you.
I remember when you were going to kick a demon baby. Like, can we get 1,000? Give me 1,000, 500 to her, throw in another 250 Anthony, Big Mother Trucker, and another 500 Denny Kisses.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. All right. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. That's too quick, huh?
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1.